Hey folks, Machinery Pete here. The farm equipment world lost an absolute legend here recently. July 31st, I believe a week ago Monday, Bill Maloney passed away at the young age of 93. And Bill was a legendary John Deere dealer out of Avon, Illinois. Avon, great little farming community, population 950. And Bill had quite a story. If you didn't have the pleasure of knowing Bill, he served in the Korean War, came back and went to work at a Neff company, which was founded in 1951, the John Deere dealership in Avon, and was a salesman and worked his way up to be a manager in, I think, 1965. And then in 1973, 50 years ago, Bill purchased Neff company, and the last 50 years has owned it. And like I say, around Illinois, people knew Bill and loved him. He had a great heart for the community, always giving back. And again, just passed away. His funeral service is this Saturday at St. Augustine Catholic Church. I believe it's 11 a.m. The visitation is this Friday, I believe 3 to 7 p.m. at St. Augustine Catholic Church. And actually, I was in Avon, Illinois just yesterday. I was down there with our film crew for our Machinery Pete TV show. We had made plans in advance to film for our show an auction, which is on Monday, August 14th. It was a no-reserve dealer retirement liquidation auction for Nefco, Bill's dealership. So we were down there filming, and again, had heard that Bill had just passed a week ago Monday. But I tell you, it was amazing. Yesterday we filmed interviews for our TV show with employees of Bill Maloney's at Nefco and farmer customers that bought and sold equipment for generations of their family with Bill. And the stories were flowing. And again, Bill Maloney, just a legendary figure with a big heart. So again, the auction on Monday, August 14th, check it out, folks. If you're looking for combines or heads, some late model. They have 22 model Deere S790, S780, S770. I believe some 21 model S770s and 780s. And then a lot of late model heads. A 22 model John Deere C12F 12-row folding corn head. A 22 model C8R 8-row corn head. A 22 model John Deere RD 45F 45-foot flex draper head. And a bunch of other nice equipment, some good tillage equipment. So check it out. Sullivan Auctioneers is having the sale. Again, it's Monday, August 14th. Go to sullivanauctioneers.com. But right now, sort of to honor Bill, what I want to do is share an interview I did yesterday with a local farmer from just down the road, Aaron Blout, who told me his family, 4 generations of his family, bought equipment and worked with Bill Maloney. So let's go to that interview now. Hey folks, I'm here with Aaron Blout. And Aaron, you're from Prairie City, Illinois?
Yes, I am, which is just 2 miles down the road from right here. And you know, we're just as much Avon residents as we are Prairie City, but it just happens to be Prairie City as our address.
Now, you've got the Nefco head on there,
oh, yeah.
And I understand you and Bill go way back.
Yeah,
Can you tell us about it?
I would be the 3rd generation that's bought from him, and my daughter and my nephews would be the 4th. So yeah, we've had a long history with Bill, and my parents remember when he first moved to town when he was really young. Wow. And growing up, he's always told us the stories how when he came to town, him and Lois actually had to borrow money to pay the rent to get started. And as he started out as a salesman here.
And that was in the mid-50s after the Korean War?
Yeah, late 50s, I think,
50s.
When he came to town. And he had a chance to buy off of his boss, which was Neff. In the early 70s is when Bill bought into the place.
Okay. So he's been the owner of Nefco for, well, it was 50 years before he passed.
Yes, correct.
And he passed, he was 93 years young?
Yep, he sure was. Yep.
I understand he was charging pretty hard right up until being Bill.
Yeah, he was. Oh yeah, you'd catch him in the local tavern for a cold one or whatever. Yeah, and we had a really good 90th birthday party for him, and
nice.
Yeah, he way surpassed what everybody thought he would do, you know, for hanging in there. He had some health issues early on in life, but he beat all them, and he just loved what he did. I mean, He said he hoped that he passed away selling the combines. What he told me one time.
Selling
is
the
what
combine.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine here in the counties around Avon, Illinois, I mean, and I know from talking to people, but I mean, Bill was a legendary guy.
Yeah, like I told you, that would be the name that would fit him. Everybody knew him, loved everybody, never forgot a name. Hands down the biggest contributor to our area, like all the local fairs he'd go at, always buying cakes, steers, taking care of customers' kids, and yeah, he loved doing it. Yeah, he really did. And I mean, if you seen him out somewhere, you couldn't get by. He was going to buy your meal, nothing to do, but he wanted to buy your meal.
Nice.
So, yeah.
And so your grandfather actually started working with it. Do you know by chance, Aaron, like what were some of the first items maybe that Grandpa would have bought?
I think
from
Grandpa,
Bill?
I remember because I was really young, Grandpa had a 50-20 he bought off of him.
Okay.
And Grandpa would have had a 7700 combine he bought off of him.
Okay. Now you have a combine on the auction, an S790
Yeah.
22 model, so
Yeah.
you were working with Bill right up.
Yeah, right to the end. Yeah, I bought 3 790s off of him a year ago.
Wow.
So,
And what was he like working with, so you're a farmer, what was that relationship like?
It was good, I mean, he knew what we expected, and the one thing that always made this place a success was their shop. I mean, it's good to sell a good product, but you got to have a good shop to back it. And in the tough years in the 80s, when a lot of other dealers weren't selling anything, they all wondered, how's Bill still selling stuff? And a lot of it went back to the service, and he would check on you to make sure you're happy, and like I say, he had a lot of good mechanics that maybe other stores weren't as blessed to have that many good mechanics. So people came from miles around because of the service and the parts department that he had that a lot of others didn't have.
And I understand over the years, John Deere Day was a special day.
Oh, it was like a holiday around here, yeah. He would always have some gimmick going on if he didn't have camels in there or something, buffalo.
Camels, people when they come into Avon, Illinois from the north, those are Bill's camels right off the road.
Yeah. He says everybody likes Wednesday because it's hump day. Yeah.
But initially he brought the camels in for John Deere Day, and then they just kind of stuck with him, right?
Yep, he did. Yep.
Okay.
I'd hate to guess how many years he's had them. Probably 20 or more. Yeah, and a lot
he
of
would have other
there.
critters
Yeah.
for Deere Day?
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he had a little Z-donk at one time, and little miniature Shetland ponies. And I know one night after John Deere Day, he had him bring a little pony into the little local tavern, and everybody had fun with the pony. So,
well, it sounds like, Bill loved working with farmers.
Oh, he did.
And loved what he was doing.
Yep, he did. Yeah, I mean, we're so much going to miss him. I know the other day I actually took my last combine out of here, and it brought a tear to my eye knowing that was the end of an era for me to pick up something here and take it out of here, and so yeah, and I've told everybody, I said, for me growing up, we farm right beside this place. I said, it's been like my Walmart store. I said, I could get anything I wanted. I'd always go through here and see what was going on, and I said, as a young kid, it probably drove me to be a little bit who I am. I'd see all the stuff that other guys would have, and I'd think,
sure,
boy, I'd like to achieve that and try that, and have new equipment and buy farms and stuff. And Bill, that's one thing I'll never forget. I was probably late 20s, and there was a farm coming up for sale, and I was kind of wanting to trade for a 4850. And I told him, I said, I'm not sure which I'm going to do. And he said, I can sell you a tractor any day. He goes, you won't be able to buy that farm again. He goes, you go buy that farm first, and then we'll see what happens. And I do remember I got lucky and got the farm bought, and then did buy the tractor too.
Nice.
But he wanted to make sure I did the farm first.
He was thinking
he was,
you
yeah,
in
in the long
operation.
haul. Yeah, and I've heard other people say that too, that Bill would say, spend your money on that land, you can buy that machinery any day. So, yeah, he
not the
truly
kind of
did.
guy that can be replaced.
No, he won't be. There'll never be another one like him around here. And so much fun to be around. Always had a good story for you. And we could go on for hours with the little shenanigans he would do and pull. And I tell everybody, one of my all-time favorite stories was, we've got a little tavern up here in town called the Town Tavern. And in winter, after hours, Bill would come over to have a cold one with the rest of us at times. And we were all sitting around this round table by the fireplace because it was winter. One of the guys, local farmer that does business with Bill, also did business with Martin Sullivan's up the road.
Sure.
And that guy had a Martin Sullivan hat on. Bill grabbed his drink. He walks over and he snags that hat off that guy. He tosses it in the fire. He goes, not in this town you're going to wear that hat. He said, the next time you're in, I'll get you a good hat. He said,
There you go.
oh, it was hilarious. Just the shenanigans. And
Now I understand, as we're filming here, the funeral is just in a couple of days, but
yes, it is.
after the ceremony? Are they having a procession back through town?
The way I understand it, yes, we are. They're going to actually bring him back down here and circle Deere Crossing again one last time.
Wow.
So that's kind of neat. And I was hoping they would do that too. You know, he's made a lot of trips down here. And,
Right.
And so I think that'll be really cool. And then, like I said, everybody's supposed to, that wants to bring a tractor and park them uptown. So
Nice.
it should be a lot of green stuff there. And, you know, and I remember one of my favorite John Deere days here. It's a half a mile here north of here through one of our farms, and he had enough combines. He had every combine lined up for a full half a mile, had all the flashers on it, and that was a pretty big deal to have all the combines. I don't remember the exact number, but that was impressive. So he was always doing something different, it seemed like it.
Well, Aaron, thank you so much for telling us what Bill was like and what it was like working with him. And gosh, we'll sure miss him. But yeah, we're hoping the show brings a smile to. We know he knew so many people all over the country.
It's all over the country. He was well known. So.
Your next piece of equipment is on MachineryPete.com. Search equipment from dealerships across the country to find what you're looking for. Only on MachineryPete.com.